Hello kids and welcome back to Paralives. As I was out and about, you were at work. Ah, the babies were at daycare. I'm still afraid that they're gonna spawn next to their cribs once they're back home. But we will have to see about that. We had a free lamp here. Let's go, let's grab that. Welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well. And yeah, I don't know. I think I am having a pretty good day. I had my little first checkup appointment at the psychiatrist today to see how I have been adjusting to the ADHD meds. And despite a few side effects, I am still on them. Even though I was prescribed a different brand now, because I was supposed to go on a certain brand, and the prescription the pharmacy gave me was, the same like ingredients in the medication, but by a different brand, like manufacturer. So now the psychiatrist gave me a new prescription, one actually for 3 months, which is really cool. With the one I was supposed to go on. So fingers crossed that oh, we have another buried chest here. I didn't even see that. Fingers crossed that will, make the little side effects that I currently have go away, because I do get a rash on my throat and like down my throat, and it's not really fun. It's also itchy. And I learned, I forgot the name again. I was talking about this in another video earlier. When I was looking up the beach at Trouville. Okay, I think, Heather, you can already take the bus to work. I was just talking about this in another video. I was reading a lot about people's experiences with getting rashes from ADHD meds. It's actually not that uncommon. In like the little side effect note paper that they always put into medication, it said about 1 in 100 people can get rashes from it. So, fun times. Glad to be one of those special people, but I learned about Steven Johnson syndrome, which can end you not being on this earth very quickly. So I was a little worried when I made the connection that the rash I had sort of since like last weekend, that most likely is coming from the meds. I wasn't too happy, but psychiatrist told me that maybe on the new ones it's gonna be better, and to just keep an eye on it, and if it gets worse, I should call them, or can even just come there without an appointment, which is nice. I feel like if it gets worse, I might rather go to the hospital with how serious this syndrome appears to be from what I've heard. But yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed all will be well. I am going to be able to start that tomorrow. Isn't that an oven? And I got a prescription that literally says, do give this exact medication and no like substitution. So that's very nice. Yeah, everything appears to be fine with me otherwise, which is, glad to hear that. I had to take my blood pressure 3 times a day, since the medication can like really raise your blood pressure. For a second I thought he had a child in his arms, but even that appears to be fine. I'm like a little bit over what is supposed to be like the average sort of blood pressure, I guess, but not at all times, only like sometimes, which I assume is still okay. But like for me it's a lot higher than it used to be. I was always more in like the lower end of blood pressure, and now I'm at like sort of the high one. I mean, not high, I don't have high blood pressure, but I'm a tiny bit over average, but not to the point where it's like really concerning, I guess. So yeah, today has been eventful. Lots of worries about all the stuff, since I basically started the medication and then we got hit with this current heat wave, and oh, sad. I just can't really tell if some of my symptoms are coming from the heat or the medication. I also saw some people say they only get rashes when it's super hot. would add up for me time-wise. We just have to wait and see. Keep an eye on it and hope everything is safe with me. Please. Please, please. I usually am not the type of person who, like, hears about some kind of, like, disease or something and then, like, Googles it and gets super paranoid. But with that... that was sort of different for the first time ever for me. I mean, it's like my... I mean, okay, I am on antidepressants, but... You know, I feel like ADHD medication is a lot more serious than that. At least for me, it's like a whole law about it that... what was it? Was it the neurotic? Neurotic, like some kind of law for like numbing sort of medication that you like have to like sign for the medication and all that. They're serious about it here, which, you know, is great. But yeah, first time being on like something that's like super serious and that apparently can also have like a super serious side effect. Which might reach a point where you no longer have any side effects because I'll be left alone. Do you not have a quest for us? Was this one for like Heather that she needed to complete? We don't know who we needed to talk to here, did we? No. Okay. Well, you can go buy your recipe then. Buy your recipe? Bye-bye. Okay. Goodbye, Sebastian. But yeah, I hope everyone is doing well. Is coping alright-ish with egg sandwich and ham sandwich. It's a sandwich day. Sandwich days are good days. Everyone is doing okay with the heat. It's been rough for me, and you know, I've seen so many people. Why can't we see how much this costs? Oh, a free chair. Let's get this. You know, a lot of people talk about how they have a like portable air conditioning thing. Like, air conditioning is not that much of a thing in your average German household, but a lot of people were recommending those ones, and I did a little bit of googling. Currently, obviously, they're almost like sold out in most places. And given that, you know, it is currently hot and people most likely would like to be cold, the price is also pretty high. Apparently, it can be, like, I saw them for like around 1,000 to like 1,200 seemed to be the norm. But I guess they go down to like somewhere between 500 to 700 euro. Still incredibly expensive, but I think I might honestly get one this winter if I can afford it. Oh, a free lamp from the neighbors. Sure thing. Because I can't handle heat. And it doesn't really appear to be like we're going to have any colder summers anytime soon. So, I feel like that might be a good investment. Okay. Kareem, my dear, you just go paint something until Heather's here. Small study. Hello. She's so cute. I love that outfit. I apologize for the background noise if you can hear that. I don't know if the mic is picking it up or not. She could have grabbed the stool that was there, given that she's literally walking this way. To get a so you would have to send her to work at least 10 more days. That's literally like 2.5 weeks more. I think long term that might actually be good. We don't really need this one, given that we're almost done with cooking, you know? So I think I might... Wait, do we need to? We don't need to remove one of them. Ha! Okay. Heather, you can go home. You don't go home, you pick up all the children. Ah. Why can't the daycare nicely place them back into their cribs? Why do they land on the lawn? Can you not? You can also pick up one of them. Okay, you currently have Harry on you. Harry went in here. You're gonna get Tyler, I think. Jeez, it always looks like they're about to drop it with how they hold them. Okay, and then you pick up that one. That one, that's like the only way we refer to the babies, really. It's a little sad, right? They don't have much going about them just yet. Don't blame me for that. I think we're just gonna cook something. We needed to make... Did we have this one cake that we finally got? Did we get it on him? Chocolate cake? Confetti. I'm pretty sure it was a confetti cake. So we're gonna make that. And then not eat it. So Heather, please don't take a slice. I'm sorry. I know that's kind of mean. Babies are doing pretty well. And yeah, that was a little yapping session about my life and how things are going. I am still very happy to you know, have this medication and you know, for the most part only have good effects from it, but you know, the rash is a little scary. And otherwise it's just hard to tell if some things are not like fully what would be the right word? Like, if I might need a higher dosage or not. Because I started them, and then sort of right afterwards the heat wave started. So, you know, is it like, am I just sometimes feeling a little bit sluggish still, and it's hard to get started on tasks because it's hot, and I'd rather sit in front of the fan and, you know, just get some cool air rather than running around the house all day and cleaning up and whatnot? Or, you know, do I just need a little bit more of that stuff to have the energy to do that at all times? Because currently I only have it sometimes. But, you know, speaking, psychiatrist was like, we'll see how things go over like the next 3 months, and then you come back. And unless the rash gets worse, apparently, when I'm just supposed to go there. Which again, I mean, if it... I mean, he asked me if it, like, appeared in any other spot, you know, like, on my legs, my arms, my back, whatnot. But it's really, like, just on my throat and, like... Okay, that's just the sink. And, like, a little bit down the cleavage area. It was a lot worse after showering yesterday. But I also read for some people, it just gets worse. Like, they only get rashes when it's super hot. Well, we are in a heat wave. And for me, it was that bad yesterday after I took a shower and, like, the bathroom was super humid and all that. So, it's really hard to tell, you know, what's causing what for me currently. But hey, I think we'll figure everything out with time. And some people also only started developing a rash after about a week of being on the medication. That's also when it started for me. But here's the fun thing. A lot of people solve their rashes with taking antihistamines. That's a term I've heard before, but have never looked up because I just don't look up every single medically term that I see on the internet. Oh, we actually emptied that. Nice. And turns out antihistamines are sort of like anti-allergy pills. I've been on ADHD medication for 2 weeks. You know what I took for the first week? Antihistamines. Because my pollen allergy was still active. So it's like, is it just like the general wait time of, you know, a week of the medication being in your body for the rash to set in? Is it the heat? Is it that I no longer have my anti-allergy stuff? We have so many possibilities here. It's all a mystery. That's just hygiene. I mean, I guess you could just go down there real quick and do one diaper change for everyone. And then we might already send them to bed. I'm not sure. They don't have any wands right now. Did I really not... Like, did I log off without having wands on them? I want to send Heather to the community center real quick and see if that cake is really the cake that we need. I think it is. But I want to double check. But yeah, it's just incredible how this one little pill, negative side effects put aside, has really been making me feel. Like, yes, I also have a loss of appetite, which is worsened by the heat. But, you know, I just have to learn to get into a eating routine, I guess. I didn't mean to go so fast. But yeah, we'll see how that keeps on going. But otherwise, I just feel energized and happy, and I'm able to do things. And all those things combined just make me feel so happy already. Chocolate cake and cheesecake, okay. I don't know why it's always the lamp. I guess that's like the little like placeholder image or something. And I just feel so happy. It's crazy. I am still supposed to take the antidepressants until the next appointment in September. But yeah, I'm like, it's really just crazy to suddenly be able to do things, you know? It's not like I'm suddenly cleaning because I'm like, oh god, the room is a complete mess. This is so awful. I don't want to look at this. It's more like, I have energy. I want to use that energy. I actively want to do that. I could, you know, just do a couple things around the house. And then people all, what's the right word? I'm so sorry for my English today. I don't know what's going on. All have an advantage on, you know, nice surroundings. And that's so cool. So I should do that. And that's nice. Is Kareem asleep? Did he go to bed already? And another really cool thing, he's just napping. No, my dude. You probably go to bed if you're that tired. Heather can also almost go to bed. I don't want to see. Did we have a chocolate cake too in here? We do. Then you're going to make one and then you can go to bed too. I wanted to say something. There was something I wanted to talk about before I got distracted with the chocolate cake. Let me think. Yes. I don't know how much I've ever mentioned that in Inzoi. I know I mentioned it in quite a lot of other Let's Plays, but here's the thing. You know, I live with my parents. Kind of normal in this culture. Especially in this economy that we're now in. So it's not too weird to still be living at home at 24. In my case, lots of people I know around here still do. And my boyfriend moved in, so, you know, we share one room. When his alarm goes off in the morning to get up to work, I kind of wake up too. And falling back asleep, you know, might be a possibility, but then, you know, he has to get ready and all that. So I just end up getting up with him because, you know, that means I can make breakfast for him and pack his like little lunchbox for work, which he could do himself, yes. But there is my inner housewife that really enjoys such tasks and being able to pack like a little treat for him on a rough day. I just really like that I'm like fully in my element there. So I don't really mind having online group. I'll just go for happy. I don't mind having to get up for that necessarily, but you know, insomnia and kind of being depressed usually leads to, you know, about an hour after waking up, I go back to bed because I am tired. So like 6:20, alarm goes off. I'm awake until like sort of 7:30 and then I'm back asleep. Sometimes until 9 or 10, other days until 12 or 1. And those days Really not ideal, but that's just how it is a lot of the time for me. I don't like it. I set an alarm. I snooze that thing. So that has been one of my biggest struggles lately. Here's the cool thing. I wake up, I take my ADHD medication, I feel energized by the time my boyfriend's out of the house, and I stay awake. Last night, I got around 3 hours of sleep, not consecutively, because, you know, the heat is just ending me. The night before that, I got around 3 hours of sleep. And here I am, you know? Like, yes, I do feel quite a bit exhausted. I probably go to bed not at 2 a.m. today, I'm assuming. But it's just, wow, you know, I'm able to stay awake. I have the energy. Crazy. Absolutely crazy to me. The reason why I have been staying up so long is honestly because my hyperfixation has been kicking in. Oh, babies are not doing well. Oh no. Because on the day I started ADHD medication, I got invited to a cool Minecraft SMP with the Cobblemon mod. And especially this year, I have been really getting into Pokemon, finally, after all of these years. So I have just been spending way too much time on that server, honestly. I have videos coming out on that. It's just playing is a lot more fun than editing the things I already did. So I just keep on playing instead of editing. Would not recommend. But, you know, give it like 2 or 3 more weeks and I hope I'll have a better hyperfixation. Maybe finally editing all the videos for the real life channel. That could be useful. That would be a hyperfixation we could all use.